Are we on the air yet? We are on the air.
We are. Now it's recording.
Oh, I didn't know you had started
I
recording.
just started now. I'm just really like listening to myself again. Especially
Welcome back,
it's
boy.
been it's been a while since I've been on the microphone. So
Yeah, and
just like
this is
hearing,
only your second time doing this. I'm a pro at this point.
yeah, because you had plenty of time. You had a lot of experience
Mm-hmm.
going through this, podcast life. But this is actually my second run. So getting used to hearing myself is still a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just something I got to get adjusted to. But hopefully, it might be better though because we doing this. We in it together right now. We doing this together.
Yeah, it's
It's a
easier.
little
I
easier.
literally just thought like it's easier doing a podcast,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
It's almost like a relationship because it
I was
only
going to say. I was
works.
going to say, Jasmine. Do tell. Do tell.
It only, it only works if everyone is committed. In a relationship,
Hmm.
in a traditional relationship, you only have two people
Hmm.
who are committed to each other and have a similar goal, right?
Okay. Okay. Dr. Phil,
So when
nigga.
you have, I'm just thinking
Okay.
because all the other shows, especially the first two, it was three of us with
Hmm.
three different lives, three different goals in what the show is gonna be, like all the, you know what I mean. So there, nobody necessarily ever had the same common goal,
True.
and there weren't like we didn't have like in a relationship that relationship being successful is your common goal.
Maybe I wouldn't say common goal. Maybe everybody had different. Didn't have the right expectations initially.
There we go.
Maybe
Expectation is better
maybe that's. Hold on.
because
Before we get there. Let's before we get there.
okay.
Everybody,
Oh,
if you haven't realized already, and y'all been listening, before we go on the tangent, I'm Barry,
I'm Jazz.
and this is our new podcast we starting together called the Love and Aperture podcast, which is powered by How Design Studios. You hear podcasts now that they have like little sponsorships.
Pew
Well,
pew
we got our
pew.
own sponsorship because that's our own production company. So that's actually our first sponsor. That's who that's the home
We the
base.
only sponsor,
So,
unless somebody else trying
listen,
to throw
if
some
somebody want
dollars.
to throw a little bit of a little bit of coins, that's always appreciated. But we just want to put that out there. Powered by Howard Design Studios, um, ran by two creatives that just want to use our talents to help other people create magical things
Yeah.
and for their ventures. Because we love it. We love helping people. But on that note, as you were, Jasmine.
I just wanted to say we got back into podcasting together just because like we have really interesting conversations, just the two of us, and we're always like, dang, like people should hear this, or I wonder what other people would think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. And then also we always get like a lot of questions about how we make our business work, working
As a couple,
together as a
yeah,
couple.
that's one of the number one. That's a big thing, and people are always curious about our relationship and how things how things function, and the main thing is y'all do run a business together. That's interesting. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Y'all been together how long? That's interesting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So this is opportunity where we could talk about those things and also talk about other things about relationships and running a business because that's a huge part of our relationship as well as
Right.
far as being together. We also run a business together. So
For half of our relationship, we've been running a business together.
half.
Yeah, the business is 5 years old this year.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? What
He's
the
like,
fuck is
what?
Jasmine talking about? I'm like half. I would
Yeah.
have never even. Shit. You right.
Yeah.
Damn. That shows everybody how bad I am with remembering certain things. You know what I'm saying? I
He
gotta
always says because everything happened so quickly, it all just feels like it's
listen.
yesterday.
If you when you with somebody for an extended period of time, things just like you can't remember when certain things happen. these specific. You remember maybe key milestones
Yeah.
when it whether it's tragic, whether it's happy. You know what I'm saying?
Like getting a house.
Yes, things like that. But the small little things like sometimes you travel somewhere and we did this, y'all do this. Certain things just jumble together. There's a lot of things like key things. I really can't pinpoint what year it happened when me and Jazz did this, or what when do we do this, when we do this. I just see certain spots, but I can't tell what year that was. And there's a lot of conversations we had where we really can't pinpoint and navigate when this specific thing happened. When do we do this?
Yeah.
It's a lot of discussions. I was like, look, arguments happen when certain things. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. That we don't remember. I don't remember when certain things transpired in the relationship.
Yeah, and we have to go to Facebook sometimes to jog our memory.
She goes
on when
to
things
Facebook.
Happen.
One thing if y'all don't notice about Jasmine, she's a documentarian.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She has a digital footprint. Like if you know Jasmine, you her friend, like she got pictures from way back.
I have
know what I'm
pictures
saying?
from 2006, and I'm so mad that I deleted my MySpace because I have pictures from even when I used to have MySpace and like posts and comments and like inboxes. Like the other day, we were sitting with a friend and we went through like I had a message box from like
you know what you are.
What?
I'm
like a memory hoarder.
No, this is what the fuck you are. You know when you went fucking court and they got that lady that's just typing the shit.
Oh yes, I'm her.
That's what the fuck you are.
I'm her, but I also live in the action at the same time.
That's true.
So I'm like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, but also if you're trying to you're trying to forget a memory, that's not the person because she ain't never gonna let you forget that.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, don't ever tell me nothing that you don't want me to remember.
And Jasmine's the queen of I told you so's. All her friends know what I'm saying by that. Jasmine, that she's that nigga. All the people that we have clients and friends. Y'all don't know that, but Jasmine's that nigga. The I told you so nigga. You should listen to me because I knew.
I told you. She's that Didn't nigga. I tell your ass? That's me. So, yeah, that is basically in a nutshell what you're gonna get from this. We definitely want you guys to send in questions, like either commenting on the page, sending us DMs. Y'all love to just shoot us text messages, so we'll take those too if you have our phone number.
Listen, we'll talk about pretty much anything.
Yeah,
we're not closed-minded. We're open to a lot of different crazy shit. Our main thing is, obviously, our relationship and business. But look, this is an open forum. This is our podcast. We can talk about whatever. But it's an open thing. We're taking all type of questions, comments, emails. Pretty soon, we'll be taking on a guest or two.
Yeah, once we actually launch. Once we actually launch, we plan to possibly have live shows so that way you guys can
be
interact like on Facebook Live or YouTube Live is what I mean.
We're working on that, and once we get the studio
up and running,
100%, filled out, we'll take in a guest or two. We'll have everything laid out. We'll have, it'll be a visual podcast as well.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be able to really, see the interaction, as well, and it's gonna be real, pretty dope.
Yeah. So, but on that, back to where we were, I just think that basically with a relationship, a traditional relationship, it works best when there's two people. When you add more than two people in there, that's when shit gets mixing and it all goes wrong.
What kind of relationship you talking about? Like a sexual relationship?
I'm saying like just a regular relationship, like a monogamous boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Relationship, like two people. A normal or traditional relationship is two people.
Oh, because like, okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So then once you add a third party or, like once there's more than just the two, right? Yes, sometimes a third person can be a tiebreaker, but in a relationship, it should only be two people.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what you mean. All right.
So that's why I think, like, it just dawned on me. I was like, you know what? This should be great because we live under the same roof.
Yeah, and I always told Jasmine this, like, especially doing stuff. When you're doing stuff with multiple people, and time gets in the way. You know, you're dealing with multiple personalities. You know, it's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
But so if it's just two, we could just hold ourselves accountable,
Yeah.
and we just do what we got to do. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's just just how things flow. But no disrespect to how other podcasts go and other things go. It's easier, you know, to just deal with as less overhead as possible just to get the job done.
So just like I said, it's like a relationship. It's better with two.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
There
it.
you go, Jasmine. Yeah, I told you so. I told you so, nigga.
There,
That's what you're saying.
you always be trying to add some words in.
I gotta add a little extra spice. Some people may not get it based on how you say it. They might want another perspective or another way to remix it. They may not be able to, listen. The way you season your food may only be good to certain people. If I might season this and be like, oh, I like this. I like the way he seasoned his shit better.
Yeah, no. You use Mrs. Dash.
Listen, they make Mrs. Dash for a reason. There's motherfuckers that like Mrs. Dash. So you can disrespect them people?
No, just you, because you make it in my household.
It's this Mrs. Dash. Who bought it? Not me. I don't buy seasonings.
I didn't buy it.
I don't know where it came from. Well, thank whoever brought the shit to my house. Thank you. God damn.
So speaking of people having differences of opinions and viewing things differently, we were talking earlier today. We have a friend, who posed a question to us about how we feel about people like our friends liking our significant others' pictures on social media that don't have them in it. Did I explain that correctly? Like in the gist?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So, the both of us kind of agreed that the liking part doesn't matter. It's only if it takes it a step further. But then Barry and I got on our own conversation about if a friend or your significant other is actually being DM'd or messaged by another person and they're responding, what you should take from that response. Am I right?
I believe that's what. Because I'm like, this is a lot. I'm like, damn. I'm
like,
trying to remember.
what do we say?
I believe that's where you brought
Where
it
we
to
landed?
and where you landed, and we discussed that. But the initial thing was the liking of pictures, the interaction on social media. You know, I guess it's certain people are view social media differently than other people's, and interpret certain things differently, and they require a certain level of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a certain way to act accordingly. You know what I'm
On
saying?
social media, yes.
On social
There's
media.
rules
I
to
guess,
the engagement on
you know
social
what I'm saying?
media.
So people have certain rules of engagement, which I get it. You know what I'm saying? But certain people don't care about those type of things. Certain people, they may not, take a sit like, come on, this is just social media. It's not that deep,
Right.
And I happen to be one of those people when it comes to something. I'm like, you know what? It only gets if you put certain things out there, it's room to be, criticized and fucked with and certain things. So
Right.
that's just the cost of doing business. So people got to understand that first before they start getting their feelings hurt. You got to know everybody ain't gonna like this. Some people might like, you know what I'm saying? Some people's out here to troll you and fuck with you. That just comes with the territory. So you can't just walk out here and expect it to be sunny. Yeah, it could be sunny, but you might step in the fucking puddle. You know what I'm saying? So understand those certain dynamics. So
Right. So, but what we landed on after we agreed that some people view or take actions on social media more, they view them different than someone else.
mm-hmm.
We got on talking about the actions of your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're being DM'd by somebody and they're responding, and you said what?
Oh shit, Jasmine.
Okay, so let's just
I forgot.
let's just do the scenario all over.
All right,
So
do it from the beginning. Okay.
so I'm being DM'd
Mhm.
by some guy.
Mhm.
You know him, you may not know him, but I know him.
Mhm.
Um, and he's like, "Yo, I'm about to pull up. Like, this might be somebody who either used to like me or I used to date."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to pull up. What's your address?" Like, kind of flirting in the messages or whatever like that. And I'm responding like, "Yeah, you should come by," or "I miss you," or like stuff like that. Like, I'm responding to whatever it is that the
Mhm.
conversation is.
Mhm.
How would you take that?
Okay. Oh, I see. I see. I remember
You
now.
remember now?
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, what I was getting to was if I would take what you say at face value initially. If I purchase like, yo, what's up with this? You know what I'm saying? This conversation like, oh, it's nothing. You know what I mean? I was just, leaning them on, fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing happening. I was just fucking with them or whatever the case was. I take it at face value mainly because if you're not if you don't have a track record
Mm-hmm.
of this type of behavior.
Right.
Like for example, I'm gonna bring it to basketball terms, but you're not familiar with too much sports analogies. But niggas that know basketball know this. There's a former player called Meta World Peace, aka Ron Artest. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
call him that.
Straight up. So he's known and has a reputation of not being a dirty player, but
He's a
fuck it,
dirty
dirty player.
player.
He's being rough. He does a lot of crazy shit. So when he gets to he just off his reputation,
Like when he got that
they
tech.
give him extra technicals, extra suspensions,
Mm-hmm.
just off the fact of his past
Mm-hmm.
transgressions.
Mm-hmm.
So what I say that to say this: if this is more than one occasion where I see interactions and now you keep telling me, oh, it's nothing. I'm just, what I'm saying, leading the nigga. I'm just, pulling, what I'm saying. Fuck him. I don't really, what I'm saying, or whatever the case is. And it's a repeat. I'm like, all right, now I'm calling bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's way too many occasions where you're talking about like, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. You got nothing to worry about. Now it's like, all right, how many times you gonna tell me that bullshit? So now that's when I can address it and see what's going on. But initially, I'm just like, if I don't know you to be that way, I'm just like, all right, I take it at face value. It's whatever. But if it continues to, happen, that's when I gotta, call it to the rug and be like, yo, what's going on with this? I see this more than once. What the fuck is up? That's just
And
me though.
and so if I'm just like, yeah, no, it still was nothing, then like what do you do about that?
Oh, I'm done. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna bullshit me. I gave you, you know what I'm saying. You're not gonna continue to take my kindness for weakness. Like I gave you a chance. Like I took your word at the beginning because that's important. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. You take somebody's word. That's what they have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. You take that at the beginning, but once somebody diminishes that, they lose that integrity is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, I don't want this. It's like, for instance, you go in the store, they tell you once that seal is broken on your juice, don't fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I see your seal is broke. I'm good. I don't want this no more. I said, I walk away from the table. I take my bowl and go home.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. I just wanted to know how, because you don't care much about social media.
Mm-mm.
So I just wanted to see like, what your thoughts
Don't
would
care.
be on that.
Don't care is maybe saying don't care in the terms of like just minuscule things that there's more is worse things to worry about and
Mm-hmm.
deal with. Don't let small little bullshit affect your mind state. You know what I'm saying? Like
So
it's a lot of people like that takes this stuff way too seriously.
yeah.
Like let's worry about reality as opposed to a virtual. Well, and it's hard. It's really hard because it's a thin line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying between it because we're so connected to it and we put so much into it because it's not our fault that social media is the way it is. You
Yeah.
gotta remember, social media is a clean canvas. We put all that content out there.
Yeah.
That's us putting our reflections of ourselves, our insecurities, our fears in the airwaves that people can pull back and look at and you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
judge and put all your shit out there. But that's that's our doing, putting that information in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be aware of that and knows there's good and there's bad. You can focus on the bad,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, the negatives and the things like that, or you can focus on, the positives in social media, how it connects people, and you can reach people faster. So it's just certain things you choose to key on to, and that's what keeps your mind in that space. And you also got to look at it like, look, if you dealing with negative things on social media, don't fuck with those negative things. Like you could look at something else. That's just my take on it and how it operates. I don't know. Hopefully, yes. Listen, I don't have to agree with me. I don't speak to try to change minds. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Listen. If everybody has a contrary opinion, that's great too. Like, but put that out there. That's what everybody has an opinion. That's fine. I'm not here trying to change no minds. It's just how I think and how I view things. It may be crazy, it may be not, but that's just what it is.
You do this thing where you have like this whole soliloquy about like
That's just passion.
yeah, but then at the end of it you like, but I could be wrong though.
I could be. I'm not Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you I'm right. You don't want to be like I'm right.
That's your I told you so. Like
How?
you do your I told you so before stuff happens. Like the way that you speak is like, I know I'm right. They ain't gotta believe me if they don't want to, but I know I'm right. Like that's how you speak.
But that's not what I said.
But I'm not saying you said that. I'm saying the tone of how you speak.
That's just how you interpreted it. That's not. that's your fault. If you interpret things a certain way, how the fuck is that my fault? I could be talking to you another way, but you took it as disrespect. You may took it as a negative connotation. That's on you.
Oh.
You might have to work on your comprehension skills. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not. No disrespect. Like, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
There's no disrespect though. Maybe that's gonna be my word. No disrespect. I'm gonna be saying that. No disrespect, son. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. You know what I mean? No disrespect. Nah, but really no disrespect. Like I'm not trying. I'm just saying. I'm saying words. Like take it how you will. You know.
But when you say to take it how you will, you leave it open for interpretation. So, do you get what I'm saying?
Touche.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when you speak,
but I'm telling you, this is the difference. I'm telling you, no, I'm not trying to be malicious. You know,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, so what you're saying now is that when I be telling people I told you so, I'm trying to be malicious.
Because that's what you say. You be like,
I'm not trying to be malicious. I'm just trying to tell you. You should have listened to me in the beginning when I was trying to help you. That's it.
Jasmine, you know damn well.
Barry.
That's not how you operate, my nigga.
What?
Listen, listen, this is the time where I really hope our friends, family, clients that know us well, everybody's connected that know Jasmine, know that she's bullshitting right now.
So you think that I'm saying that I wish, like when I'm saying I told you so, I'm glad that something bad happened or it didn't happen how they wanted it to?
I'm saying that you're happy that you're right. That, you know what I'm saying? You're happy that it didn't pan out so they can't face you and be like, because there's plenty of times your friends don't want to face you because it's like, oh, I got to deal with Jasmine shit. I didn't come here for that, Jasmine. We have a house guest right now that chooses not to come around you and tell you certain things because they don't want to hear your shit.
Don't say that. You make me sound like such a bad person.
I didn't say you were a bad person. Did I say bad person?
Barry, if somebody were just to hear that one thing, they would be like, oh, dang, I don't know about her.
Listen, that just means you keeping it real, though.
All of my I told you so's come from a place of love. I be trying to help people out.
I didn't say it wasn't love.
It can't be malicious and love at the same time.
I didn't say it was malicious
yes,
either.
You did.
Not just now.
Before we started this part, you did. So keep up, sir. Am I mean, or is it like it literally comes from a place of love? Like I say this all the time. I just want all my friends to be happy. I want everybody to
Now
find
listen,
love.
I'm not saying you have to be nice or just mean. There is room for gray. There's a lot of room for gray. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So what the fuck? What
I,
the fuck, man?
I'm just saying
Are you human?
we are all
That
human.
means we can make mistakes.
How many times though?
As much as we can, because we never stop being human. You bleed red.
How many
Is it?
times?
Do you have blue blood? Do you have green blood? That means you're human. That means you're imperfect and you can make mistakes
But how many times can you make the same mistake?
forever.
So then you should never ever be fed up with somebody for making those mistakes, right?
Uh, yeah, I guess.
So there is a limited amount of
no,
time.
no, no, no. What if that person is crazy?
What do you mean? What if they're
They
crazy?
have a psychological imbalance. They can't control the impulse. You gotta forgive them. You gotta put them in. You give him a little medicine. You keep saying he's be okay. Just keep giving his medicine. That means you forgave that behavior.
Are you talking about me?
Did I say you?
I feel like you
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
talk
no, no,
about
no,
me
no.
in
See,
code.
this is the problem. You see what you just did there? A hit dog holler. But guess what?
Listen,
but guess what?
because
I didn't hit that dog.
I
I
felt
don't
like you
know.
was.
I don't know where the hit came from, but I didn't.
felt like you was trying to hit me.
No, 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 no.
I felt like you
I
was
didn't-
trying
I
to
didn't-
hit
I
me.
didn't- Hold on. Let me preface it. We don't condone
not
violence.
not physical hitting.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
I'm
my
just-
God.
What the fuck, man?
Why do we always do this?
No. You did that. How do you did that? You went straight to hands. Hold up. My hands under the table. If we had cameras there, people would see.
We didn't hit each other. I hate you. Next thing. Yeah, so off of that, like we said, part of this was because we get asked a lot of questions about how we run the business together. And I think for some of you who may be listening to this for the first time, so like when we meet,
Everybody listening to this for the first time. This is the first.
well, I mean, like us, like if they've never heard us talk about our story or whatever the case is, like for like a long time, like maybe the first 4 to 5 years of business, like we didn't really tell people that we were a couple when we met new clients, right?
Yeah, yep. 'Cause I thought that was very important. So people just looked at us as business partners.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't want to mix that. So we the way we don't act like a couple anyway in public. You know what I'm saying? We're not. We don't show.
You've trained yourself a lot better because you used to like come up and rub my back and all that, trying to like.
Those are one-offs.
Nah, it wasn't a one-off.
Yeah. So we've had I try to tell Jasmine just to run it like that because I felt it was better and it was more professional as opposed to saying we're a couple. That was just my.
We agreed though.
Yeah.
I don't think. To be honest, I don't feel like in a business setting it sounds good to say this is my boyfriend. Like,
this is my.
I feel like it diminishes the value of the business and it diminishes the value of like whatever it is that we're going to the table to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like if I'm introducing somebody, like before we do the business, it should be this is my
my business
partner. Or if it does have to be that, hey, I'm telling you we're in a relationship first.
Yeah, let it be after
the
business is conducted, so they see, these people do great work. Oh, they're together. Oh, that's great. But knowing that ahead of time did not hinder their idea or skew their view on our business, not thinking it's it's solid or official in a sense, lack of a better word.
Right. So that's what I was saying for those of you who this might be the first time you've heard us talk about our relationship, or if you've only ever shot with us like once or whatever, like, and you didn't know we're together.
Yeah. If you don't know, now you know.
It's really more so because of that, and I think I think we pride ourselves on being able to separate the two. Yeah. Like being able to go to set and work and then come home and have a relationship. And even though we work from home most of the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we're still able to separate the two and like carve out time, to do our relationship thing, although we also work together.
Yeah, I don't, and I also don't want people to think it's if there's other people out there that's trying to have a relationship and a business relationship, with their partner, significant other, whatever that filler word is. Um, we're not saying any way, shape, or form. It's extremely easy. You know what I mean? It's not easy, super easy at all. It varies on the couple and your relationship. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It just happened to work for us in a sense because I felt that we built a solid foundation
Right.
of a friendship. You know what I'm saying? And understanding what business, is and what our expectation was. What do we want out of it, and how we should conduct ourselves. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Accordingly. But that all stemmed from our personal relationship as friends, and being a couple of the friends first. You know what I mean? Understanding we want to what is our end goal and what we want moving forward. So that's what was a huge part of it. So just keep that in mind if there's something that you want, you know, to do, and just also learn how to have those hard conversations because there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of hard conversations you got to have. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's not just we just do this and just wait for it to come later.
Yeah.
Try to bring up these conversations now and work through those and try to make it happen. It's not for everybody. You know what I mean? A lot of people, experts would say, it can't work. It's not good to mix. You know what I'm saying? Business with the person you with, or family. It's sometimes it can be a real a difficult thing. Oh, we just had to pause the recording. We're sorry about that. This is the power of these devices, these recording devices. You could just pause in mid recording, but we just had some audio issues, not issues on our
It
part. We just
probably
had
won't
some
even.
background
You
audio.
probably won't even hear it because I can't hear when I move in my chair, so you probably won't even hear it.
But look, we stopped it for y'all. We want to make sure this audio is as crispy as possible. You don't have to worry about any background ambient noise. That's what I did it for, Jazz.
I know. Um. So, like I was saying, um, like running a business first, I think you have to already either have a solid relationship foundation or already have a solid business foundation or solid friendship. So then, going into either one of those new frontiers, you already kind of have a foundation to work from, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not meeting somebody off the street and, going to go date them and start a business at the same time. That's like a recipe for disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because you have to know like how to communicate with each other, not only as a significant other or like as partners in that sense, but also as business partners. And you have to kind of know, like when to
Separate the emotion from the business.
that.
That's crucial.
Yeah,
You gotta
that
learn that quick,
for sure.
quick.
And not even just that, but on top of that, like you have to also know how to talk to each other about problems while like for us we run a video and photography business, so sometimes we might even have kind of like a disconnect on what we're wanting to do, or a direction while we're actually shooting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we do a good job about getting to the bottom or the root cause of like the difference and like fixing it without anybody even knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Because people wouldn't be able to tell, but there's a lot of times where there is, what I'm saying, a frustration. You know what I mean, with a certain direction, you want to do certain things, but we try. Telling you, we definitely try our best not to, have the client see that.
Yeah.
But it has happened. A couple of times I want to sometimes just. Just shake her. You know what I'm saying? Give her. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm just like, why are you acting like
Like
you don't know what I'm talking about? We've done this before.
you
Do
just
it
want to,
again.
you know what I'm saying? Get her sometimes, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is how it happens. But it's part of the learning process.
Yeah. And also, I think that's another reason why we don't let people in on knowing that we're in a relationship, because I feel like when people know you're together, they look at you more. You know what I mean? Like they pay more attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, when you get a job with your best friend and people know your best friends, they're paying attention to when y'all take your breaks. They're paying attention to like let's say you work at like Six Flags or something. They're paying attention to like where I used to work. I worked in the store. So like we had two girls that were they were like best friends and they knew each other. That's how they got the jobs. My managers would pay more attention to like what they were doing and if they were talking to each other and if they were taking their breaks because she knew they knew each other.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So I think having that called out ahead of time would make people pay more attention to you than necessary. And you know, kind of like pull things out that may not even necessarily be a problem had they not known
I got
that you were in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree with that. That makes sense.
Yeah. So all of that to say, I think for us working with working with Barry, I guess for me is very easy and like I like it because we're able to like feed off of each other.
I'll make it easy.
I'm gonna let you have that because not all the time. Sometimes you don't.
What?
Yeah, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't, partner. Sometimes you don't. I'm just gonna leave that there.
Shit.
But you know, and even in those times when you don't, we push through and we make it work and we create magic. So the crazy part about it is too, like Barry's very quiet, which is why this is a big thing to even have him talking and like doing the show, because like to everybody else, if you don't know him, he's very quiet, very like soft spoken. He only speaks when he needs to, and you know when he's talking, you better pay attention. That's Barry. But like for people who know him, like me and his friends and his family, like Barry is a very big shit talker. So like he like
I talk that much shit.
I'm always on 10 with him because I don't know if I'm getting Barry the quiet guy sometimes or Barry the shit talker sometimes. And so a lot of times it might come off that I'm just being like rude or whatever, but it's really just because y'all don't see the other side of Mr. Howell. So, I hope you continue to listen to this and then you'll get to see more of that side of him.
You make it sound shit. Well, you know what? Listen, I'm not going to internalize it like that negatively. You said your piece. I'm not going to internalize it like that. You may not meant it. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I might have heard it for a second.
How did you take it? Tell me how you took it.
In that split second, I took it as disrespect. But now I understand what you were trying to say.
What was I saying?
That, you know, sometimes I could be a little slick with the mouth.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are. It's neither here or there.
But you do it under the table. Whereas I'm like outright with it. Or like you'll do it and like.
So I do covert disrespect.
Yes. Covert disrespect.
So I'm a sniper of disrespect.
Yes. Sniper of disrespect.
So I'm the boogeyman of disrespect.
Yes. Boogeyman.
All right. Fuck you then. I take that. I take that. I don't fuck it. I take it.
Yeah, you have to.
Whatever.
That's you.
That's fine. But people like that shit sometimes. I guess if you're talking the right shit, I guess.
Well, see, the only reason why it doesn't necessarily always come off great for me is because I'm not a sniper. I just outright say shit. But it's provoked by you.
I say shit too.
No. Not all the time. Sometimes.
No. I can't just say shit to people. I got to get to know people first. You can't just throw shit at people.
Nah, I'm not saying at people. I'm saying like at me. Like if.
Oh, this is about you.
Yes. I said that. I said at the beginning, like I'm seen as the more outspoken, sometimes mean, like people, that's me. But it's only because people don't necessarily see
But
what you be
I'm
doing.
more of a good guy than talking shit.
You got you about 60-40.
No 60-40 my fucking ass. That's that's bullshit. That's just straight bullshit. You done lied.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
What's that term? What's the term you say? I know you fucking
I
lying.
know you fucking lying.
Nah, but that's bull, Jasmine.
No, it's not.
You can't listen. Listen.
Barry, you're not a mean man, but you talk shit. It's okay.
No, I know that's okay, but I want you to clean it up, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Don't act like
Oh.
I'm just out here. Oh, this nigga's a fraud. You know what I'm saying? He pretends to be a fucking sheep, but this nigga's a killer.
Well,
that's not the case.
Well, that is the case. Photographs. On to our next subject.
All right.
We're gonna try to end each episode. Well, maybe not each episode, but when you guys give us questions, we'll end them with like questions, like answers to your questions.
Yeah, I think that might be good. Listen, tell us what you want to know. I think that's important. I'm really, I'm a rarely type of person that I want to feed to people. What y'all looking for? You know what I mean? Do you want to, want a more question based? You just want to talk shit. You want to, fuck around, different random topics. It's whatever, because we open to a lot of crazy things.
I have a good question to close this out.
You smiling a little bit too much. Like I don't. This sounds like one of those questions I don't even like. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy.
I'm just curious to see what your answer is. What is one of your most memorable kisses?
This is who wants to, I don't want to who wants to hear that? That's for you.
I want to see what you remember.
Who you get this question from, Jasmine?
I googled it.
This sounds like a Disney Channel question.
It's on Google, so give it to me.
What the fuck? It's just Google. I don't know. What's yours? Tell me.
I was gonna say, after like the day after you broke up with me and you came to see me and you kept trying to kiss me at his house.
Okay.
And then like we snuck a kiss after I was like, no.
Because you wanted it.
Okay, now give me yours.
Oh, okay. You just want to play fucking hard to get. Fucking bullshit.
Well, yeah, because it was the day after you broke up with me.
All right. Nigga. Shit. Maybe in front of your dad's house. Because you was scared to death. You were shook. But I can't even. You were scared. But I guess the atmosphere, like the adventure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got into it, so it was almost like you cared, but you was into it too. Like shit. Maybe if he see me, fuck it. You going out with a bang. So it's probably that.
Yeah.
You was real scared though.
I was. So on that note, I think we are gonna close this show out. This first episode. We're just putting this out because today happens to be.
Stop. I'm just playing. What you was gonna say?
Today happens to be a very special day for us, right, Barry?
Yeah.
What's today?
What is today?
What is December 20th?
It's December 20th. Like, oh shit.
I'm going to the tattoo parlor and I'm etching this shit out
All right.
tonight.
December 20th is the day I had signed closing for the house.
And
The anniversary of our relationship.
you fucking suck ass.
What? I'm giving you the
You
word.
sound so like, and the relationship.
Because it was just like the way you.
Because are you not excited about this?
I am excited.
No, you don't sound excited.
I'll show you how excited I am later.
Fuck you.
No, seriously though, I'm excited, Jasmine. Let me tell you something. It was a huge accomplishment, and it took a lot, time, sacrificing, to get the house, and the fact that it just so happened to fall, and we didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Until they like, oh shit, damn, this is it's also the same date. You know what I'm saying? Month and date that we started being together. So I was just like, oh shit, that's crazy. So
that means it was meant to be.
Yeah. So
really though, seriously, just because like with the house stuff, like we went through 3 different houses. We had like 2 different closing dates. And then once we had our last date, we got pushed back a whole nother week. And then it just ended up to land on
buying a house is not shit. It's probably easy when you just got straight cash. You got straight cash.
Yeah, no financing.
Niggas ain't fucking with you. You pull out that cash money, you good. You know what I'm saying? It's not no questions asked like, all right, Mr. Such and Such, Mr. Such and Such, you ready to move in today? Yes.
But honestly, I will say the house buying process was a lot easier
than what you expected.
Than what I expected.
What the heck? What did you expect?
It was definitely stressful, but it was more so stressful because, we fell in love with so many houses and then they ended up to be shit because like remember the first house that we wanted, like the foundation was cracked and like there was something wrong with the electric and like the contractor was janky. He didn't want to fix the stuff. And then the next house that we found, what happened to that next house?
I don't even remember. It's just the process.
Yeah, and then you go through a lot of different and looking, and it was just a lot.
It's an emotional roller coaster, but you try to if anybody that's going through it, just
it's definitely worth it.
Stay the course for real.
Yeah,
it's I believe it's worth it. You want to have a permanent residence in a sense. But guess what? As much as we say it's not for everybody. If you do not want to own a house, don't do it to yourself.
If you're not trying to pay,
if you're not built for that life, don't even do it. Rent forever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or buy a fucking condo. You know what I mean? Like, listen.
But condos too. Like when you own it, like the maintenance, they don't do nothing.
Oh, then never mind. Yeah. Rent forever. Then if you're not built for this life or mortgage life. Don't do it to yourself. Rent some. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, trust me, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's more millennials doing it than ever. Most niggas ain't, you know what I'm saying, buying houses no more.
And that's more so, too, because people aren't really staying put. But I think we're happy here in Atlanta.
Yes, that's for sure.
And I don't see us going anywhere else unless it's like L.A.
I don't even want to go out there.
Maybe New York.
Because they said it's too expensive out there.
I'm saying, like, if we move to those places, then obviously we got the money to live there. Like, we're not moving there making what we make in Atlanta.
Yeah, I got you. So I was talking about if everything's equal.
Yeah, if everything was equal or we just got the bank like that, then...
Why not? Yeah. I get it. Yeah, that's true.
Or Dallas. We did like Dallas when we went out there.
That's a cool city.
Yeah. So... anyways, all of that to say, this is our first official origin episode of Love Aperture. We will be coming to you guys officially weekly in January. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at Love Aperture Podcast. SoundCloud, iTunes, everywhere that we're available is Love Aperture Podcast.
Everywhere you look for everywhere you go to listen to your podcast, we will be on that platform. So
Yep.
just be on the lookout for it.
Yep.
We're getting everything in motion. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Every extra air that we gain is dope, and we appreciate it. So we thank y'all for listening.
For sure.
Also, give us some feedback. You know what I mean? Like, review it.
Yeah.
Share it to a friend.
Yeah.
And just get in, because we can talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? So if you have any questions, comments, concern, leave it out there. We'll discuss it. We appreciate y'all. Later.
We out.